Do I look through there, but I can't see what I'm taking?
No, you just look through.
No, you press your thing wherever it is. You face it that way like that, Barbara. That's.
No, but I can see my sign.
You know, can you see conservatory and everything there and trees?
Yeah, but I can see you.
Yeah, you can.
Will it take you a
Oh, you can do a selfie. It's to the road round, isn't it?
Yeah, it is with
How
that.
do I do it?
You just press button and it takes you. You can do a selfie like
I
this.
don't want a selfie, I want that.
Well, turn it other way around, pointing to that.
No, it don't work
Well,
like
that,
that.
I've got
You must do.
But I can't see what I'm taking, that's what I'm saying.
It'll not work like that.
Well, you just point it to it, Barbara, and press your
I know
button.
it says have a camera at back and...
Is it?
Barbara, is there a button somewhere where you press?
Can you see what I'm... Oh, what do I press? I know.
That's
You
the
press
point. What do you
that.
press?
I press that.
That's it, yeah, you press that.
I know, but I don't want me on, do I?
That's a bit.
Oh, it's gone on record now.
That's funny.
It's because it's new and I've not got used to it yet.
Welcome and thanks for taking the time to watch our presentation. We will be discussing some of the benefits and challenges associated with using technology inside and outside of the classroom.
Specifically, the topics we will be covering are as follows. How technology allows teachers to connect with and engage with their students both inside and outside of the classroom, covered by myself.
We'll be discussing the struggles some teachers, students, and their families have with technology, covered by myself. Anywhere, Anytime Learning, covered by Caitlin. And Teacher Expectations, covered by Jada.
We hope you enjoy our presentation and that you take away some concepts that will help you in your own teaching career.
My name is Noelle West. I'm 40 years old. I live in Olds, and I've been a photojournalist for 10 years before starting this journey. I'm currently in my second year of the Bachelor of Education degree, hoping to go on to the middle years program. I want to become an elementary school teacher when I graduate, and I'm excited for this new career path. I chose this topic because I've always found technology fascinating. I've studied computer science in university for 3 years, and really feel that technology is going to continue to become a greater part of this education system and our daily lives.
Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin Litwin. I am 20 years old and I am from Lacombe. I am currently in my second year of elementary education. I am an EA and I have been for the past 3 years since I graduated high school. This year I'm working in grade 5 and grade 6 classroom, and it's a little different due to COVID, but it's still super awesome and I love being in the classroom. When I'm not doing school or work, I love coaching and playing ringette, hanging out with my friends and family, traveling, being outside, riding my bike, going for a walk, anything outside. Why did I pick this topic? Technology is always changing, can be really difficult, and sometimes can be frustrating. I see this being in a classroom right now, so hopefully researching this can help me out.
Hello, I am Michelle Van Belsen. I am 34 years old. I am a mother of 2 young children, aged 3 and 5, and I am currently in my first year of Bachelor of Education. And a little bit more about me. I'm hoping to become an elementary school teacher. I love spending time with my family. And what I do when I do get spare time is I love to go to workout classes or to the gym, and I love cooking new recipes. And why I picked this topic, I am not very tech savvy, so this was a good challenge for me, and I'm hoping throughout this semester to challenge myself to use technology more and stepping out of my comfort zone of using the old school way. So I hope you enjoy our presentation.
Hi, I'm Jaden McDonnell. I'm 17 years old. I live in Lacombe, and I'm in my first year of my Bachelor of Education elementary degree. More about me. I used to play almost every school sport. Currently I play ringette, and I hope to do track and field next year for RDC. My family and friends mean so very much to me, and I enjoy camping, hiking, and being outside. I chose this topic because technology is constantly changing, and I want to be able to adapt the best I can, so if I have any technological problems, I can quickly solve those problems. I'm not very good with technology, but with time I'm slowly getting better.
Hello everyone. For my topic, I have chosen to speak about some of the benefits that come from using technology both inside and outside the classroom. The situation we find ourselves in with the COVID-19 pandemic has certainly brought the importance of technology in the teaching world to the forefront. Advances in technology have enabled teachers to create virtual learning environments that can be accessed anywhere. There are a host of resources now available for teachers to integrate into their teaching method. I will be discussing some of the tools and strategies that make this possible. Google Classroom allows teachers to set up their classrooms online. Students can access lessons, assignments, and supporting material from home. Teachers can give out and collect assignments either manually or by setting up automatic scheduling and can easily see what has been submitted. Moving student, teacher, and class resources to the cloud supports organization and prevents documents from becoming lost. Online quizzes allow teachers to assess their students and even look at metrics to gauge individual and class comprehension. With a traditional test, the teacher would need to mark the test manually and would have to do extra work to study trends. With a digital test, the marks are returned automatically, with only written responses needing to be manually graded, and the teacher can study metrics to see if there were any questions that a large percentage of students either struggle with or found too easy. Platforms such as Kahoot allow students to use their smartphones, tablets, or laptops to take part in quizzes and tests and have a game show feel to them, making learning more fun. As each question is timed and student scores are based both on their correct answers and who answers the fastest, these types of quizzes are better suited for formative assessment. By using technology effectively, teachers can better and more creatively engage their students. Flipped learning is a great example of this. This approach uses technology to facilitate a learner-centered model in and out of the classroom. Teachers can utilize a schoolwork at home and homework at school model through the use of pre-recorded videos with a focus on active viewing and effective note-taking. This allows students to explore a subject more in depth in the classroom with the support of their teachers. An amazing resource for those that are interested in learning more about flipped learning is Khan Academy. It is free to use for both students and teachers. I'm currently using it for the first time in my economics class this semester. The class is asynchronous and it has helped me work through some of the more challenging concepts in the class. I would also like to try to use it to flip a lesson when I start teaching. All in all, I would highly recommend it to other students. The American Library Association defines digital literacy as the ability to use information and communication technologies to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information requiring both cognitive and technical skills. Technology will play a crucial role for the vast majority of students when they enter the working world. By giving students a strong foundation in technology, we prepare them for success in whatever career path they choose. Lastly, these skills are increasingly becoming an integral part of success in life in general. Technology has made it incredibly easy for us to connect with each other, and this has afforded us with endless possibilities. Unfortunately, for all the positive aspects of technology, there are just as many challenges posed, especially for younger people. Cyberbullying, access to the darker side of the internet, and the difficulty in monitoring children's usage of technology are a few examples of this. By being a positive role model and teaching students to be positive digital citizens, we can help set them up for success. We cannot shield our students from the negative situations that they may find themselves in. We can, however, give them the skills to best deal with them as they come along. Thank you for your time and attention. This concludes my part of the presentation. I'll leave you with something to think about going forward, and that is, what digital resources would you like to utilize when you start teaching?
So my topic is that some teachers, students, and their families really struggle with technology. There comes a great deal of challenges with technology when parents, teachers, and students need to collaborate together, sometimes without proper training. The COVID pandemic made this change abruptly impacting our typical way of learning, and first of all, there were many parents forced into being their child's new teacher from home. Parents and the students having to figure out homeschooling programs, some having to buy new computers, and having to learn how to use a webcam, and also struggling with subjects that they don't even feel confident to teach. Parents were used to being handed paper newsletters or permission slips for field trips, and now the only way to contact a teacher is by phone, text messages, or leaving voicemails. There's also apps now such as Remind, Edsby, or PowerSchool. Parents are expected just to know how to use these programs, but unfortunately, without knowing how to use them properly, important messages from the school can get missed or not read at all, causing both the parents and the teachers much frustration. Teachers who struggle using technology will often feel a loss of confidence, competence, and comfort in the classroom. And students need guidance from the teachers, and if they're not confident in what they're using, they will lose the interest and attention of their students. Technology can also affect lesson time and flow with having in a successful classroom. In order to be successful with using technology in the classroom, teachers need proper training too, and support. And without this, it can lead to many complications and added stress, which they don't need. Technology may seem to make things easier, but it comes with many aspects that can go wrong, such as internet failure, issues with electronic devices, or even passwords not working. Problems like these can cause delays, leading to distracted students and more work for the teacher. Having to have backups also in case things go wrong, basically the teacher has double the work. Another challenging factor is students being able to challenge what the teacher is saying to them. By being able to Google search now, teachers are getting judged and questioned about their ability to teach. And lastly, let's not forget the students. Students will often feel ashamed to ask questions about how to use a program, me being one of them, as I am a student right now who is not very tech savvy, in a world that is, predominantly confident with using technology. It makes it a little bit more stressful. And we cannot make the assumption that every student is tech savvy. And when they're not, this often leads to falling behind, making mistakes, or failing to hand in assignments on time because they didn't know how to do it. So students now, instead of the old "my dog ate my homework," have an endless amount of excuses. It could be the internet isn't working, or I forgot my password, my camera isn't working, distractions at home, I accidentally deleted my Word document. The list goes on. Mainly because technology isn't always reliable. Teachers will often play videos for students for extra emphasis on a subject, but by using technology for everything, it causes students to be easily distracted and lose interest. With online open book tests now, students rely heavily on using digital tools to help them, losing the ability to actually study and memorize the information. Ultimately, technology can drain a classroom of that communal aspect of learning. So what I've got here is a helpful website for parents and teachers. This is a website for parents and teachers with tips and guides on how to use the apps, services, and platforms popular with kids and teens. So I think as a parent myself, I find that it's easily assumed that we know how to use all these things and understandable. So I feel like it's great that there is websites out there to help those that struggle. And sorry, I kind of messed up these slides. I think I missed something here. what I want to know are what other recommendations would you have to help technology or communication challenges that teachers and parents face?
Topic 3. Anywhere, anytime learning. What is anytime, anywhere learning? Anytime, anywhere learning, also known as remote learning, online learning, and at-home learning. During COVID, online learning has become more relevant than ever, which is great, and there are lots of advantages of online learning. What are some benefits of your classroom being online? Due to COVID, we have to miss so much school if you are sick. Online classes fix this. You're not missing as much content due to everything being online. You may want to spend extra time on topics you may struggle with. Online classes allow you to do that. There is a great amount of freedom that comes with anytime and anywhere learning. You need to stay motivated due to the amount of freedom that is given to you with anytime, anywhere learning. What type of schedule might you have? Online learning allows your schedule to be flexible as well as at your own pace. If certain topics aren't making sense to you and you feel the need to do them multiple times, that's okay. Being in a classroom setting restricts that you have to do things to please other students. Online learning helps students not miss a ton of content. If you're struggling, you can redo topics. If you're behind, you can catch up. If you want to work ahead, you can do that. Your schedule is extremely flexible. Who would have thought that online school was better for the environment? But we aren't printing paper worksheets for all our students anymore. They will all be online. We're saving our planet. Not only are we using less paper, but the operation costs of running a school are going to be significantly less, as there is going to be limited supplies costs and building fees. Endless discussions. Classroom discussions do not have to end when class is over. It could be an ongoing discussion online, making it easier for certain topics to become more developed and comprehended. These tools help kids as well as college students being able to connect. In college right now, we use Blackboard, Collaborate, or Google Meets or Google Hangouts, and I find these really beneficial as I can reach out to my peers and not feel like I'm alone during this online school. Assessments can be really difficult getting done constantly in a classroom. The online function can give teachers a better idea of how you are doing as they can track your work and assist you along your way. Some examples of websites that I've seen in my classroom as an EA can be Prodigy for math or Read Theory for reading comprehension, but I'm sure there's lots of other great websites out there. Accommodations can be accessed by a lot of students. Online learning makes accommodations more accessible, such as audio, graphics, read to write on Google. In a classroom setting, they must be difficult to meet these needs, but online, this could be easily accessed to all students. Anytime, anywhere learning is beneficial as there's an endless amount of resources that can be accessed online. So my question to you is, what are 3 concerns that you have with online learning? I know there could be a few, but there is lots of benefits. So what are just 3 concerns that you have?
Teacher expectations. How can technology bring about more teacher expectations? Success for students. Teachers are expected to ensure that the proper materials needed are available for their students. If a teacher is doing asynchronous and synchronous learning and they use material in class, they need to provide that material online as well, so if a student is absent that day, they still have access to the materials that were used in class. If a technological problem arises, the teacher must be able to effectively problem solve and adapt to the situation to ensure that class can continue. Time management. Time management skills must be impeccable for teachers. You're having to manage your personal life as well as having to manage your students and marking time. After hours for teachers is required in order to successfully complete all of the marking that your students need to be done. Time for one-on-one with a student may be required as well if a student is having a little bit of struggles with a specific topic, and if a teacher cannot provide that one-on-one time, hopefully they're able to recommend a different source such as a tutor for that student. There are negative aspects to technology, and there are many situations that educators may be required to recognize what's happening. So there's a form of bullying known as cyberbullying that can occur online, and if a teacher is aware that cyberbullying is happening in their online class, the teacher should alert the parents of both parties, as well as hold accountable the student that is doing the cyberbullying. Technology can also affect students negatively, and this may impact their emotional well-being. This is because sitting in front of a computer screen for some students can be really emotionally draining, being that you're not able to see a whole bunch of other people, you can't engage with your peers as well as you could in person. So hopefully a teacher will be able to recognize a change in behavior in their students and ask them if they're okay. A change in behavior could be if a student is more irritable that day, or if they just are having troubles focusing in class. Hopefully the teacher can ask them to stay after class so they can help problem solve for this student. Thinking on your feet. Technology can stop working all of a sudden, and as I said before, we need to be able to effectively problem solve and adapt to the situation. Technology can create a challenge for educators for engaging their students online. So obviously, since we don't have to have our cameras on all of the time, it is hard for teachers to know what a student is doing behind the screen, to even know if they're listening or not. Engaging your students online. So as educators, we are expected to engage our students online. A way to do this is facilitating learning through digital innovation. So an example of this could be having an online poll for your students to complete in class as a question to ensure that they are understanding the material, or having a multiple choice question, or even doing something such as a Kahoot to ensure that they are understanding the information that is being taught. So now a final thought that I'm going to leave you with is, when a challenge arises in the class, are you worried about what is expected of you as a teacher?